Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. Now, I've been keeping something from you guys. It's been a secret I've been holding for about a month and a half now. It's really been torturing me not to be able to tell it, but I just wasn't ready. Well, I'm ready now to share that secret, and it's a new 55-gallon aquarium that I set up recently. It's a natural aquarium, a non-dirted aquarium, by the way. My plants are loving it so much, even this pond lily decided just to say, hey, I'll give you a flower for today. Stick around and I'll show you how I did it. Well, this is my new 55-gallon natural aquarium. Like I said, I've been hiding it from you guys for about a month and a half now. And one of the reasons really were because I haven't ordered the inhabitants I really plan on putting in here yet. And I've been hiding it from the channel from all my videos, and I just kind of got sick of it. So I wanted to show it off a little bit and finally reveal it. And if you see that, that's going to explain a little bit later too. So, like I said earlier, it's not dirted. It's just a sand substrate aquarium. Now, why did I do that? Because obviously I love dirted tanks. If you see my channel, all my aquariums are dirted tanks. Well, I wanted to do something a little different. Now, one is going to be because of the inhabitants, again, which I'll explain later. But two, I feel like when you talk about natural aquariums, dirted tanks are really the only focal point people really talk about. But I really truly believe you can set up natural aquariums with sand or gravel, or even a mix of the two. Like, to be completely honest, if I had this to do over and I wasn't putting the inhabitants in here that I am, I don't want to give that away yet, but I would put gravel at the bottom and cap it off with sand. But gravel always seems to work its way up to the surface sooner or later, and well, that wouldn't be good for what I potentially will be putting in here. So that's why I'm doing it. Not only that, I do have a thick layer of substrate in here, and I like the whole hilly point of it. It's just not a flat surface. I really wanted to go for that as well. Now, with it being that thick of a substrate, it's going to work almost exactly as the dirted thick substrates that I use, deep substrate systems, by getting those anaerobic areas down at the bottom of your substrate, which will then create denitrifying bacteria. And that, as you know, if you watch my channel or others, is that's going to eat your nitrates and your ammonia. So that's a big plus for me. So that's what I was going for with this. I wanted a hilly, sandy substrate with these pieces of wood that I got from my brother-in-law. These are the last two pieces of those olive roots that I had got from him. And I added a bunch of plants to it. And then if you see this big old lily here in the middle, this is that pond lily. Now, this came out of my summer tubs outside. Now, I'll show a clip of it, but if you haven't seen that video, I pulled this out of my summer tub. And a day after I put it in there, that thing came up and flowered, which I thought was really cool. So I have another one too. If you can see right there, there's another lily bud starting to come up, plus new lily pads. So I'm hoping this takes off in here, being transplanted from that. Now the pond outside had the gravel bottom and then the capped with sand. Now I'm hoping, like I said, that this will take off and survive in here and the lily pads keep growing. We shall see, only time will tell. But I love the look of it. I love that it looks very natural. And like I said, if you watch my channel ever, you know that's always what I look for. I look to make my aquariums look like I'm at the bottom of a lake or a river. You kind of take a snapshot. So that's what I got going on. Now, what plants do I have in here besides this big lily? Well, I have some Amazon swords. These swords were all pulled from my summer tubs from my big mother's Amazon sword that I have out there. And I have two more actually to add in here potentially. And that's another reason why I wanted to try the sand substrate as well, because if they get too big, I can just pull them out and not have to worry about dirt invading my water column. And plus, I put this thing in here probably about a week or so ago, and it created quite a mess, and I had to add a whole bunch more sand in here just to kind of cover its root system. So that's with that. But then I have a bunch of Ludwigia and Pogostemon stellatus octopus and Dwarf Sag. All my normal plants I keep in all my tanks. My Anibius on top of some of these pieces of wood as well. And my hope is that it's just going to continue to grow in. And I want to see really, is there going to be a difference between keeping an aquarium with just sand compared to all my dirted aquariums. I want to know, will the plants grow just as well? Or will they maybe lack growth a little bit because of not having those nutrients at the root system? Now, I have kept sanded planted aquariums before and have been absolutely successful. I've kept gravel aquariums and have been absolutely successful with planted aquariums as well. Now, why am I calling it natural? I'm calling it natural because everything within this aquarium is from nature. And that's all it really takes, in my opinion. Now, everyone might have a different opinion on it, but for me, as long as you're not putting fake wood and fake stuff like that in there, you're keeping everything from this earth within it, and you try to create an ecosystem within it, that's natural to me. Now, the one downfall I have of this tank is, for filming purposes, like I mentioned, well, I have my water heater in the background. I got a blanket up for now behind it, but that's where my furnaces and my washer and dryer and stuff, so it's hard to film. But I also did this so it's open. I can walk in from the other side and see all my fish tanks and film from the other way, which I'll show some clips of that now. And this is probably one of the coolest things about this tank, is be able to see it from all angles and all sides and see through it and into my fish room, which I think is super cool. Now, as far as lighting for this tank, I currently have my old Fluval 3.0 plant light on here. And then I have another light that I got from AQQA just to try to get a little added light on here. I have it raised up currently only because of my lily pad, or my lily flower here that came up. It was poking its head, its nose of it through the egg crate and wouldn't open. Once I moved the egg crate, it opened up. So, but I need to get a 4-foot light for this tank. I want to get the thing long enough. But the thing of it is, what I want to put in here are more low light inhabitants. So I don't want a lot of light, which is another big purpose why I put the lilies in here, because all these lily pads will give shade, but yet with a higher light, I can still get some beams of light through to help with some of these plants. Now, Anubias and the swords, I think they're kind of lower light survivors. The Ludwigi I have been able to grow very well in lower light. The dwarf sage and stuff, well, we'll see what happens with that. But it is shooting up and starting to run already, so it must be doing okay. I've already got a runner here coming from just this one. So that's that with the lighting. Like I said, I got my Fluval light on there and that AQQA light that I got from them. Also, what am I going to put in it? Now, I've dropped a few hints. Like right now, I've got guppy endlers in here. They are not the permanent fixtures for this aquarium. I have them in here. I grabbed a handful from my summer tubs about a month ago, just for the fertilization aspect, to be able to poop and pee in here and self-fertilize this aquarium for the plants. There's a few shrimp in here as well, and lots of snails, which I'm not too happy about, although I do like snails. So what am I going to put in here? Well, that I don't want to fully tell, but like I said, I have dropped hints. It's something that lives in lower light. It's something that you don't really want on gravel. And that's, I think, where I'm going to leave it. I'll give you one more hint. They are originated from Mexico. And hopefully we'll be ordering them, or it, or them, I'm not going to say, very soon. So that's the plan, but we'll have to see, because there's a few things I got to work the kink out yet with it to be able to make it to work. And another reason why I set this tank up so much ahead of time before getting it, because I usually will throw new fish in a new tank and it doesn't bother me. But I wanted some of these plants to be able to root and take hold before something comes in there and potentially rips them out of the substrate, so to speak. So that is my 55-gallon aquarium that I just set up. Like I said, I finally wanted to reveal it, to be able to show it to everybody. This lily pad, this pond lily, is just freaking amazing. I absolutely love the look of the lily pads and the flowers. Like I said, I really hope it continues to root in here and take hold, because that would be a cool centerpiece fixture for this entire aquarium. Well, that was the unveiling of my new 55-gallon natural, non-dirted aquarium. Make sure you stick around for updates because I plan on documenting really what the growth rates will be with these plants from a natural aquarium that's just sand compared to with dirt. Now, like I said in the video, I've kept both of them before. I know it'll work, but I want to kind of prove it to others that may think that dirt is the only way you can go. Now, it's my favorite way to go, but some people just are afraid of it or don't want to try it. Well, there are other options if you want a natural style aquarium, in my opinion. Now, what I'm going to put in there, like I said, I gave you some hints. You don't want to put it in gravel. It doesn't like high light. It's from Mexico, so don't ask a lot more questions, otherwise I might give it up. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already to my channel. And always remember to think outside the box and take a step back into nature. I hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.